Hello, welcome. So I keep recording these 15-minute or less, very short meditations. Here's another 15-minute mindfulness sit. So if you have a 15-minute break, you can join us. So you don't have to know anything about meditation to do this. This will help you to ground yourself, to come more into the present moment, and to stay more in the present moment as often as you remember. And it's a practice. So remember to be gentle with yourself. So if you like, find a comfortable place to sit. And whenever you're ready, if you want, you can close your eyes. Let your hands rest on your lap or on your thighs. So these breaks are a way to come into your body, to notice your body. And in these times, in these unprecedented times, we're so much in our minds all day long. Our minds are churning, wondering what we can do, how we can help, what we can do better. These breaks are a way to help yourself come out of the mind and into the body. So travel with me if you can. So the first part of the practice is just to let yourself arrive in the present moment. And the best way to do this is just to come into the breath, just to notice the breath. And your breath may be labored, it might be short, it might be shallow up in your chest. And just notice what happens when you pay attention to the breath. Often when we pay attention to the breath becomes shy. So just wait for the breath to settle. You're just kind of watching the breath, like you're a doctor or a scientist studying your own breath. Where do you notice the breath? Perhaps you sense it on the back of the throat. Perhaps you just notice your abdomen or your chest moving with the breath. Perhaps there's a strong sensation inside one nostril or both nostrils. And you'll notice as soon as you start to sit and pay attention to the breath, you'll notice how busy the mind is. Look at all those churning thoughts. Can you imagine just watching them instead of engaging in them? Watch them go round and round that little hamster wheel. And come back to the breath. Come back to noticing your breath right here, right now. Let your thighs sink into the chair. Soften the fronts of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Can you imagine allowing the chair to hold you completely? So let all your weight sink down into the chair. You don't have to hold yourself up. You don't have to do anything for right now. letting your hands rest on your lap or on your thighs. Perhaps you feel some strong sensation in your fingers or in the palms of the hands. Or perhaps on the backs of the hands, the air moving or touching the backs of the hands. Or the sensation of the fingers resting on your thighs or on your lap. It might be very rich to stay with sensation in the hands. Maybe for you, for right now, that's a better focal point than the breath. You can always come back to the breath if you like. Just choose one. Choose the breath or choose sensation. And you might now notice that the mind is trying to decide which is the best one. And come back to just noticing. The mind always wants to judge, to analyze, to plan. This is the time to come out of the mind and into the breath, into the body through sensation or through feeling the breath. Or conversely, for you, it might be more advantageous for you to come into the field of sound. Notice sounds, perhaps the sound of my voice. Maybe there are other sounds around you. Perhaps you hear people talking in the background. Can you widen your field of sound? And can you imagine that you can hear sounds in the distance, like you have sonar or radar? Resting in spacious awareness of the field of sound, not searching for one sound, not pushing away, not judging or analyzing, just allowing the field of sound to wash over you. There is nothing to do in this moment. And you're not doing it wrong. Just rest in spacious awareness of sound, of your breath, of sensation. And whenever you notice the mind analyzing, categorizing, judging, planning, gently draw the mind back to just being in the present moment with your breath, with sensation, resting in spacious awareness of sound. How much can you feel in this moment? Is it possible to soften your shoulders a little bit more? Imagine breathing into your shoulders and letting shoulders shrink away from the ears. Imagine shoulders melting down onto your chair. Hands and fingers melting onto your lap, onto the chair. Feet resting on the ground. Can you soften your belly a little more? Can you soften the space between the eyes? Notice where is your mind? Can you bring it back to this moment, to just feeling, feeling, noticing, being in this moment? Notice maybe even your breath has quieted down a little bit. And every time you notice the mind someplace else, gently draw it back to spacious awareness of ever-changing sounds, sensations, the changing sensations of the breath. Whatever is happening, can you allow it? Can you be with it? Can you do your best not to try to control even your awareness? It's like you're continually widening your awareness to include everything. Notice maybe there's even a widening of the space between thoughts, of the space between the mind flitting away, attaching to another thought. In these remaining moments of this meditation, is it possible to release all technique and just be? It's in the silence that the magic happens. Begin to deepen your breath and begin to draw your awareness back into this moment and prepare to rejoin the rest of your day a little refreshed, reinvigorated, renewed, restored. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Namaste. I look forward to seeing you soon.